So Louis, you don't get the opportunity to be a recovering regulator because you still are a regulator and chair of CAMPUT, so you represent in some ways all of Canada's energy regulators. What's your perspective on these issues?
It's not simple, Monica, and Nick said it in the opening. You know, we can do better. We have to do better. My worry as a regulator is the how and the who. And there's no clear paths to that. As a regulator, there are different kinds of regulation. Technical regulation, you know, the wideness of a road, or the safety standards. There's all kinds of regulation. I represent a group of utility regulators. We're essentially economic regulators. We set rates and conditions for the sale of electricity and gas and whatever, and water in certain circumstances. And we are recognized as being experts in what we do, and making decisions based on hard, proven facts, scientific, factual evidence. Our legislation in Quebec, I work for the Quebec Energy Board, essentially states in its opening section of the law, of the statute, that we're a balancing act between the interest of consumers and the interest of industry, and we have to make sure that the public interest is taken into account when we make these decisions. Recently, about a year and a half ago, our legislation was modified to now bring into focus the necessity or the possibility to do public consultation, to consult and inform public on the cases and the hearings that we have, and we do that prior to hearings. Naturally, as an attorney, I have my own set of reservations. How do we deal with that? How do we take into account this information when we make rulings? Is it evidence? Is it just coloring the process? It's not clear. But more on a philosophical approach to this. As a regulator, I'm wondering, who is the person responsible to consult the public? Who should be informed by the public information? Is it the regulator? I'm not sure, and I'm questioning this approach. Our governments, the policymakers, isn't their job to do this? Are they passing the bucket to the regulators in light of this new concept of social licensing? We want to go ahead with this, so we want to make sure that the people agree. We're going to ask the regulator to consult the population. Is it really the regulator's job? Is the regulator well or ill-equipped to do this? I'm wondering. I don't have the answers. I'm just wondering, and these are issues that we have not yet settled. Is the regulator being polluted? Will its independence as a body be challenged if the regulator starts doing the work of the policymaker? And I'm worried about that, and I think most Canadian regulators are worried about this. So, food for thought.
Great. Thanks, Louis.